Hello, welcome to another Commander Fodder episode. So today we're looking at Champions of Kamigawa for the source of our fodder, and specifically the theme decks from that set. So a bit sport for choice here with respect to building decks for Commander, because as you would have seen in the set musings episode that goes with this, there's a ton of legends in the set that aren't just at rare. So just quickly going through the four theme decks. There's a black-green theme deck, which is this sort of so-called spirit craft abilities, so they do something whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell. The two rares are Name, Death Aspect and Long Forgotten Gohi. I'm just looking to see if within this there are any additional legendaries that aren't at a rare that are uncommon. I don't think there are. No, so it is purely the in name. Snake's Path, which is a snake tribal deck. This would have I definitely thought about doing this one. The rares are Junkio Bell and Orochi Hatchery, but the actual legendary in here is at uncommon. So we've got Sachi, daughter of Sashiro, which is effectively a snake lord, but also can give double green to shamans, so we could do this sort of snake shaman tribal deck in green, but not today. And we've got Spirit Bane, which is a mono red deck. Kamano Master Yambushi and Kishari Gama are the two rares in here. And then you can see here the other cards. I think, yeah, that's again the only legendary. And then Way of the Warrior, which is a mono white deck and based around Bushido. So I thought, well, why not? So the rare in here, one of them is Takeno Samurai General, and the other one is Hold the Line. And this gives a lord, acts as a lord for other samurais, and he gets +1/+1 for each point of Bushido it has. So to me, this looked like the most interesting. We've also got another legendary in here, uncommon, as well. So I figured this would be the one to go with. So here's the actual deck as it is. So it's at this point, theme decks were 60 cards. That might sound strange that I've even bothered to mention that, but there was a period in Magic's history later on, from about I'm trying to think actually, probably from around the time of Shards, just after maybe around that time, through to I'm trying to think when it went back up again, but certainly, through several of the periods of like M10, M11, M12, around that period, where theme decks became intro decks, and intro decks were only 40 cards, which was a bizarre thing to do. I suppose unless you obviously want people to buy more boosters, but and then it went back up to 60 decks. I think the problem was it was causing so much problems because people that wanted to play in Friday Night Magic might sort of go along and buy an intro deck and think, oh, I can play, and it's one, no, to play in standard you need a 60 card deck. So their intro decks went back up to 60, and now I don't even know if they bother. I think all the what would have been the intro slot is now taken up with commander decks. So yeah, how things have changed. So we're going to go with this. So I've obviously to some degree commanderized it by moving the legendary creature or the rare legendary creature over into the commander slot, and reducing all the other cards down to one-ofs, brought the land up to 34 land, and I can play around with that if I want, but just that puts it into the area of enough land, or the appropriate amount of land, should I say, for a commander deck, roughly. But again, we'll just see how much we might need. So I'm just looking through quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all the creatures currently do have Bushido, which is good. Blessed Breath. Target creature. You can protect from the colour of your choice. Okay. Call to Glory. Tap all creatures you control. Samurais. Well, we're playing Samurais, which is good. For 3 damage, it will be gain life. Notice a lot of these have got Splice and Arcane on them as well. +7/+7. Oddly Journey. Remove target creature from the game. Okay. Reciprocate. She got Vigilance. There is a card called Vigilance. Enchanted creature has Vigilance. Indomitable Will. And Cage of Hands. So a few of these support cards aren't particularly strong, but I'm just going to leave them in there for seeding purposes. And then we've got no Dashi, +2/+0. It's first strike. So let's see what we get suggested to us, because I can see things going in a number of different ways here. Obviously, the most sensible thing is to pick Samurais. Also, anything like this is going to help us. So we can just make this a samurai. It's going to give other samurais +1/+1. So that's good. So yeah, we definitely want that. So really what's going to happen here, I think, is we'll end up pulling in... you'll see that a number of these are samurais from the later sets. The later champions sets in the block. So we just really loaded up with samurais with Bushido or shapeshifters. Now also we've got suggesting Crovax, and that's because we're playing mono white, but also it punishes anybody that's not playing white creatures. We can bounce that back to our hands. I think we should play that. So I'm fairly happy with all these suggestions. This one here, don't know really if I care for that. So yeah, Samurai Tribal it is, with Bushido. That's really interesting, even though it's not Samurai. Tap creatures you control may block as though they were untapped. Okay. Oh yeah, we got Metallic Mimic, so that's good. It's got a lot of cross synergies going on here, which is always nice. It's already in there. Has Defender. Next time source of your choice would deal damage this turn. Training count on. Okay, that's interesting. So now we're going to start to see probably a number of support creatures. You know I want to do it. We're playing mono white. So it looks like we're going to just creature out on this. I'll see what artifacts we get, because it would be tempting to have artifacts. Yeah, we're playing planes. Yeah. Tap target creature. Why not? Yeah. Just get everything to buff everything else. And this is good because we've got so many legends in here as well from the set. Yep, any changelings. Oh, I'm glad this came up. He's combat creature control. Turn of creature control. First try. The same is true for flying, death touch, trouble. Time. See. See, I don't know how much stuff I'm going to put in which would benefit this. Yeah, let's just go all in with our samurais. Oh, I can always come back to Odric. Why not play a Grand Abolisher? Yeah, that's bunging the tribal stuff. Yeah, let's just get some super annoying utility in here. 32. There's probably a few things we could take out actually. I don't know how far the equipment rabbit hole I want to go down. Okay, let's take a look at some artifacts. Right. Yeah, there's a load of stuff in here that's going to really help in tribal. It's a samurai. Yep. Theme. Yep. Plain mono white, so why not Spear of Heliod? Oh, yeah, I do like Sword of the Animist. Yeah. Oh, I see. That's interesting, because that does synergize with our old friend. So much good stuff. Where's he gone? There you go, why not? Probably won't get much action, but oh dear. Yeah, I'll stick with that for the moment. That's a lot of creatures, but what the hell? I think we know what's going to end up in here. Yeah, this is good. I'll just run various. Wow. Okay, that makes it pretty insane. This is really just cares about the tribal. Right, so I suppose we better have a way of dealing with artifacts and enchantments. Spot removal. Fog. Path. I think I might leave it at that. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I might want to cut some stuff here. Yeah, I don't think that's really going to help out. Like 0 sorceries. It's actually quite annoying, that cage of hands. Yeah, maybe not. Suppose we better have a... Now the other one I really like, oh, it's not going to show up. a Phyrexian rebirth. That's no fun. Take that out as well. There we go, it's a little better. But I'm fine with that. Mass calcify. Right, I think that's it. So let us export. And then see how this looks. So that's not good. That's better. Right, so turn 1, we can't do anything. When does this come out? Turn 6. Ooh. Turn 2, we can't do anything. Well, we can disenchant something. Turn 3. Oh, we can get a mirror entity out. Yeah, get that out, because then I could start swinging. Just be annoying. And again, pretend I'm swinging with certain creatures here. What I'm looking for here is I just want to see how long before the synergies start to kick in. Planes now, okay. So we can get both our Sleeping Dragon and our Devoted Retainer out. And as long as this is in play, then everything else gets +1/+1. So that's a 2/2, that's a 3/3. It's 2/2, till end of turn, creature control with base power and toughness. So again, we can pump mana into that as well if you want to. So that's always super annoying. Not that I want to destroy anything yet, but this is always fun. True Conviction. Oh yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 6. That's also turn 6 as well. So yeah, again, now. by... Okay. When a creature dealt damage bonus... Yeah, I don't know. What is that? Oh, it's a 1-1. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get that out. So again, it's just going to be a 2-2 at the moment until this would trigger. So Cage Sun, we're a bit stuffed for mana at the moment. That's the only thing. So all we could really do is just sort of selective damage. This we can't really plan till we get an additional planes. I wonder if this deck needs to run slightly more planes in it actually. Oh dear, we're going to get stuck with a load of 6 drops if we're not careful. Okay, so that's interesting. Because now creatures that share a colour with equipped creature get +1/+1. Creatures that have no creature type. So yeah, so not helpful at the moment. But once I get this fella out, oh, Path to Exile. Well, okay. At least we've got some ways of dealing with stuff. Now I'm a bit... Oh dear me. Hold on to that for the moment. Oh. Okay, yeah. So I want to probably play this. Tap these down. And then I really do need to sack that Burnished Hart at the earliest possible convenience, which would probably be next turn. Oh, and now we have a plains. So, but I should probably do that anyway. So let's just do that. Or do I? Well, no, let's think about this. Whenever has ability causes you to add... Okay, we really want that Cage Sun out, actually. Thinking about it, that might give us more utility. So obviously here I would name white, so everything gets +1/+1. Then what's happening is, of course, now these are all going to get additional mana. So here, this is like 12 mana on board. So now, yeah, things are getting rather out of hand. So I'd obviously want to get this out. And I'm just thinking what would be best. I'd want to equip this on this at some point as well. So really it's a question of... So I tap all my land. Tappity tap. Just tap this all. Play out that and that, then planes, then things, so we can start attaching this to Takeno. Obviously, you know, that helps with the creature types that are both humans and samurais. of which I think all of these are one or both. We've also got Crovax as well, which is pumping white creatures and then dishing out pain to everybody else. So yeah, let's just see how things are. So yeah, we're good. Yep, so more samurai pump. So I'm not gonna, I just again pretend I'm tapping these for the appropriate, because we've got just so much mana on board. But as we start to get all this other stuff out, we've now reached a point where, as long as our land wasn't getting blown up, anything we get we can basically play. We've got utility here. We're obviously going to be swinging. Maybe doing the damage. What we got here? Call to Glory. Double creature you control samurai. Yeah, +1/+1. No clue to Call to Glory. More planes, so more mana on board. More planes. Brave the Sands. So we've got Vigilance now if we didn't already have it. Yeah, so slowly sort of building up. Reciprocate. The only problem now is we do have a lot of utility on hand, which when we're gold fishing would normally get used. So obviously if we weren't, we'd start to having to discard, but generally, I mean, I imagine by now we would have some of this stuff would have already been played out. Some of this stuff would have been played as well because of the removal. So let's just pretend we've done some of that. As you've seen, I haven't got any cards in my... I'm not playing any stuff that improves our hand. Oh yeah, of course I forgot to even mess about with the land. That was silly of me. There's probably a load of stuff I could have played. We'll have a look at that, just out of curiosity. Yeah, so Mass Calcify, Adaptive Automaton, yeah. So there's just layering effect going on. More Bushido stuff, more planes, and so on and so forth. Brass Herald, yep. So all this sort of synergy. Now let me just do that, because I do have a habit of nasty about forgetting to do this. So let's take a look at two things. I'm not going to re-goldfish the deck, but just so we've covered this. The one thing I didn't look at is there's probably a few planeswalkers that would be... Oh, no suggestion for any planeswalker. Okay, fair enough. What about land? So cycling, obviously, it's popular land in mono colour decks often. Although I wouldn't say that there was a point at which we probably didn't need any more land. Scrying effects. I don't think there's anything particularly awesome here, apart from, again, this sort of stuff here. And maybe, I don't think, filling up a hand too was too much of a problem. But we might want to play cards that allow us to have unlimited hand size if that was a problem with this deck. Okay, so there we have it. There's another Commander Fodder episode. This is based on the Way of the Warrior deck. Again, primarily we'll be using the Architect tool there to make suggestions. I didn't have to switch over to the EDH Rec one. But the good thing was it was pulling up what I wanted, which was mainly Samurais and Bushido. And lots of interesting, synergies going on there, like pumping or rewarding us for playing white, rewarding us for playing certain tribes, that sort of stuff. So thanks once again for watching, and bye for now.